Scott, it's Jane Gentry. Thank you for letting me participate in your sales tips when you're doing all women all week. I think that's great. So I thought the tips that I would give this week are for women who aspire to be in sales leadership. This is a topic I am talking about on a fairly regular basis in organizations, but I'm going to give you, your viewers, 3 tips today. The 2 of them are books. The first one is called Financial Intelligence. It's by Karen Berman. Here's why I think you need this, ladies. The salespeople that are going to succeed in the future, and the future is here, are people that can have a business conversation. It will be your biggest differentiator. The majority of salespeople today cannot have a business conversation and explain to the customer the value that they bring. They're unable to show a customer why they will be more effective, why they will be more efficient, why they make more money by working with them. They're unable usually to articulate the financial impact of working with them. So you need to read this book to get yourself caught up on the financial part of business. And if you want to be in sales management, this is an absolute must. Do this for yourself. The second book is called Executive Presence. It's by Paul Aldo. Now, I get a lot of pushback from people who say, I shouldn't be judged by what I look like, or how I look, or how I dress. I get it, but you're gonna have to get over it, because here's the reality. In 8 seconds, a person decides if you are smart, competent, trustworthy, and whether it's worth it to continue having a conversation with you. So I say, put your best foot forward and be intentional and strategic about your executive presence. Also, if you want to be in sales leadership, people follow leaders who look like leaders, right? So I think this is really important to you. And the third thing is, be thoughtful and intentional about building your social capital. I know I use that magical word social, but I really don't mean anything on the internet. What I'm talking about is your network. Your network is your biggest asset that you will have in your career. And most people that I deal with, especially in big companies, tend to be really insular. They tend to be connected to people in their own company or their own industry. And I encourage you to get out of your organization, get out of your industry, and expand your network into other areas. And here's the other thing I want you to think about. The movers and shakers, the people that are in the roles that you aspire to, are probably not going to networking events. Where are they going? Well, those people tend to make contributions to your industry associations, often at a board level, or nonprofits in your community. They're serving the community. So where you need to be is where these folks are. Now, I know we can't all be on a board, and some of us, some of you are not at the maturity level in your career to be able to be on a board, but you can absolutely get into these organizations and start to volunteer. So those are my tips for the day. The last thing I'll leave you with is, there is an organization I belong to called Women Sales Pros. The website is womensalespros.com, and it's 40 or so of the top female thought leaders in sales. So if you're a woman in sales and you are not following the Women Sales Pros and the women that are in Women Sales Pros, you're missing out. I hope you enjoy All Women All Week on your sales tips. Thanks, Scott.